All right, let's get to it. So today's matchup features the number 3 team in the OCAA West, Niagara. They come into the game with 6 wins, 3 losses, and 1 tie. They have never won the OCAA championship, so this would be a first, trying to make history here, versus Algonquin. Now, Algonquin's program dormant for the past 2 years. So just a return to the field this year due to all the COVID regulation. Obviously, them being in Ottawa, things are a little bit different because we had OCAA soccer last year, but Algonquin not a part of it. They come in tied for second in the OCAA East, 7 wins, 2 losses, 1 tie. They last won gold in 2017 and have been 7-time champs. Algonquin comes in ranked nationally number 13 in the country. So for Algonquin, you want to watch out for number 10, Jordan Blades McHenry, leading scorer and point getter in the OCAA this year. And for my money, probably the OCAA Player of the Year. And then for Niagara, the former OCAA Player of the Year, Sydney Sika. Sydney comes in with 12 goals on the season, Jordan with 14. So 2 prolific strikers. Who will get it done this morning? So for those watching at home, to the right of your screen, the sun is beaming, so I may have a bit of a hard time seeing some of the numbers to the right of the screen for a minute until the sun dies down a bit, because it's beaming right here into the media booth, so forgive me, I'll get there. So thanks for joining me. If you are out there listening on the OCAA stream, any issues with sound or names or anything, hit me up on Twitter at Mr. McKee, MRMCKEE. Also, let me know where you're listening from as well. I did the men's 2019 CCAA National Championship here back in just before the world flipped upside down, and we had people watching from all of Vancouver Island, all over, literally from Nova Scotia to Vancouver Island in BC, so always happy to hear from some of the former alumni, parents, friends, and family, wherever you're listening from. Hit me up on Twitter at Mr. McKee. So, a little bit of a chilly late October morning, but still pretty decent. The wind not really in a little bit of a breeze, but nothing out of the ordinary. So out there right now, I want to go through some of the names just so I become familiar with them. Number 16, Tori Holtink. Number 4 is Megan Morgado. 14, Rylan Greatrix. Rylan with 5 goals on the season. Number 2, Victoria Maciel. Number 9 out there, Sydney Sika. Watch out for her. Mentioned her off the top. And who's in goal? We got Sierra Nacarado. So Sierra, the all-time shutout leader in Niagara history. And then out there for Algonquin, I mentioned a little bit tougher for me to see right now. And we're off. Let's go. So having a chat with both coaches before the game. No one overly confident. Both coaches say, you know, this is going to be a tough one. It's going to be a good battle. Evenly contested game. Some of the other ones going to be a little bit more challenging, but this one, I'm expecting a good one. So good start to the game. Niagara passing it around, pushed up down the left side of the field, and an errant pass to no one. Should be a throw-in for Algonquin. That's Aaron Cunningham throwing it in for Algonquin. Niagara will turn around and regroup. Looking to switch the ball. Everything's been down the left side of the field, up the middle. Push down the left side. And a good battle. And we have a number 15 in Algonquin, and I don't have a 15 on my score sheet. So forgive me on that. I'll try to get that sorted at half. Always the way, right? So I also do play-by-play for basketball, Orangeville Prep, which is one of the top high school teams in the country. Did a game last week, and the team, you know, you do all the research, and then you show up, and the team, the coach that has the uniforms didn't show up, so I had no idea who was who. That's Aaron Cunningham, pushes it in the middle. And dinking around everyone, Jolene Wong. Kayla Da Silva, 5, closest to the screen. She's got the ball. Oh, clever little touch. But then McKenna Jackson stepped in the way. So McKenna, a solid defender. Been a Defensive Player of the Year and Rookie of the Year in the OCAA. So watch out, McKenna Jackson, number 20. The temperature is starting to warm up a little with that sun. Niagara down the left side as Tori Holtink crossed it in the middle to nobody. And that ball is going to see itself out for a goal kick. Can you see a number on the keeper, on the Algonquin? That sun's beaming in. Because Algonquin rotates their keepers. And I also asked the official announcer this morning who's starting, and the coach put both goalies as starting. So give me a minute, we'll get to that. Good switch. Algonquin's got that right side wide open right now. Both teams just want to get their touches in early. Also, you know, this is different for the ladies. Oh, now we got a chance right down the middle, a giveaway by Algonquin, and great defense. That's Olivia Lambert getting back in the way. That was almost a catastrophe here in the first few minutes. So it's going to be a Niagara corner a couple minutes into the game. Is the scoreboard on to my left? Okay, good. Crossed in a little low and dealt with by the keeper. Well done. That was tough. Boot it up. Trying to get Jordan Blades Henry in this game, which is leading scorer in the OCAA, so everything going to run through 10. And she's up there playing by herself. So Algonquin looking to be in a little bit more of a defensive formation here to start. Goal kick. And that's flicked out of bounds by Niagara. That's Greatrix. Couldn't get a touch on it. It looks like the sun was in her eyes. She had her, you know, putting her hand up. Here's Blades McHenry down the left side. And then Jackson came over and dealt with that well. Wong. Good through ball. Here's Niagara on the attack. Have a shot on net, crossed, and then dealt with by the Algonquin defender. I don't know why she didn't have a crack at that. She had a pretty good lane on net. And Algonquin now looking to counter. So far here in the first few minutes, Niagara on the attack early. They look the more likely so far. That's Anaya Perry, who had Blades McHenry breathing down her neck. Very composed, though. Nice to see. You always think in the first few minutes, you know, that composure goes out the window. And another great through ball. Here's Niagara on the attack. Holtink, and just misses. So Tori Holtink had a breakaway and just pushed it to the left of the net. So it's coming for Niagara. They're exposing that Algonquin defense right now with some great through balls, and their forwards are just running past them. Niagara again. Clever little turn. And then the keeper comes out and deals with it well. So that looks like Lisa Hartle, number 1 in net. Hartle up to Blades McHenry. She's up there by herself and swallowed up by 2 Niagara defenders. Clever little turn down the left side and another good through ball. This has got to be it. Niagara on the attack and just wide. Niagara could be up 3-0 right now. I mean, we're just a few minutes in. We're 6 minutes into the game, and Niagara could have 3. So if you're Algonquin, count your blessings. Greatrix inside Wong, just gets it out. Blades McHenry, but no. And then stolen by Jordan. And she couldn't find her winger down the left side. Kayla De Silva in the middle to Cunningham. Wong's got a nice little touch. Got to see her get up into the attack at some point. Algonquin with a good spell of possession, hopefully. Oh, and then there's the turnover. Just announcer's jinx. So Greatrix. And there's Holtink again down the right side. She's got someone in the middle and can't find Sydney Sika, who is going to that front post. Ball behind her. So Holtink and Sika are causing all sorts of fits in the opening minutes of this game. So I'm Chris McKee. Thanks for joining me. Again, if you're just tuning in, hit me up on Twitter at Mr. McKee. Let me know where you're listening from or how we're sounding. I don't want to be calling 4 games and everyone's like, yeah, your mic was too loud. Couldn't hear a thing. Another ball down the left side. And that's Lambert easily dealing with it. Niagara again, stolen. Sika, and Sika is dropped, but no penalty call. So Algonquin avoids controversy here in the opening minutes. Good no call by the ref. I think maybe just their feet got tangled. Great throw in, that's a long throw in, wow. And a hand, looks like it. Ball to hand on Sika, unfortunate. Michaela Pearl. And then Cunningham dispossessed. And there's the opening goal. Niagara with the breakthrough. And it looks like Tori Holtink, number 16, gets the brace, and it was coming. Niagara, I mean, like I said, they could have had 3 already, and finally, a little composure in that box, slides it just to the right of the keeper. And there goes Niagara. Now I worry, is this the floodgates? Oh, that was Sydney Sika? I thought it was 14. I'll get a correction on that. Forgive me if it was Sika. It looked like Tori Holtink. Again, that sun down that side, I'm having a hard time seeing numbers and faces until that sun kind of gets around the corner. Algonquin hasn't shown much signs of life yet. They've been holding on for dear life. So those ladies need to settle. And here's Niagara on the attack again. Good through ball. Here's Sika. Undresses the defender. And it's 2-0. Sydney Sika, cool as a cucumber, just slides that past the keeper, undresses the defender. And it's 2-0. We're just 11 minutes into the game, and Niagara already running away with this. So if you're Algonquin, you got to tighten up that defense. They got to get to the half. You can't let this get to 3 or 4 before the half, because then Niagara can just sit back and defend all second half. So I know why now. So they've got Lisa in number 15, Lisa Harthill, and then the goalie would be Dana Schaffner. That's why they've got them both out there. Okay. Because I looked at that. Lisa Harthill she plays both in and out. She plays goal and as a forward because she got a couple goals in the season. So we've got that sorted. 15 is Lisa Harthill, and the goalie, Dana Schaffner. So forgive me on the earlier call. Sierra Nacarado with the goal kick for Niagara. And that should be Niagara ball. So Tori Halting, she goes 6 foot. I was going to say she's a tall lady. And her size and speed is causing all sorts of problems in the opening minutes. Algonquin throw in. Nobody's showing for her. You know, that ball in the box, the keeper's got to be out to deal with that. So if my son's a university keeper, plays at Algonquin University, so if I'm a little bit more critical of the keepers today, that's just my instinctive nature when I'm sitting watching soccer for the past, 15 years watching my own son play. You're always kind of analyzing maybe the goalies a little bit more than the 10 in front of them. So great ball in. And Schaffner out there to deal with it, with Sika all over it. And again, 1 white jersey, 3 blue. They're just swallowing them up. Cunningham. So that's Lambert just out of bounds. "14 minutes in. Niagara comfortable. Algonquin has to find a way to get Jordan Blades McHenry into this game. I mean, I think she's had 1 touch so far. It's the leading scorer in the conference. Yeah, not in it yet. Easily dealt with. So booted up, but no one in white there. Great tricks, good ball in to Holtink. And Tori lets that out for a goal kick. Schaffner. Holtink again for Sika. And then that's knocked away by Algonquin. So anytime Sika gets the ball, you can almost cue the Jaws music. That dun dun dun. It's something's coming. Maciel in the middle for Sika. And Sika fouls Wong. That's going to be as easy a call for the ref all day. And trying to get it long for Blades McHenry. And McKenna Jackson gets it up comfortable. Valerie Andrew out there. Holtink splits the defenders, and it's 3. Tori Holtink parts the Red Sea. And then again, the composure to just calmly slide that past the keeper. And it's 3-0. Well, I wasn't expecting that early. And even, I chatted with the Niagara head coach before the game. And he wasn't overly confident. He was like, no, this is going to be a really tight game. And here we are. Now, the only trouble here, Sydney Sika right in front of the media booth, a little limp. She's going off. So that, a huge concern. She's got, doesn't have a good look on her face. She's in pain. Now, I wonder if that's the tackle she had on Wong. Maybe just stood on her foot. But she was very ginger going off, and that's not a good sign for Niagara moving ahead in this tournament. Coffee. One cream if you can. So I'm getting a coffee order, much needed at this hour of the morning. And that ball runs out for a goal kick. So if you're just joining us, it's been all Niagara in the opening minutes. It's 3-0 now. What I said off the top, it could be more. They had a couple other open chances, and then not good for Algonquin there. They got to settle down, take a breath, get focused. And that's tipped out of bounds. Lambert couldn't deal with it, and now Niagara with a corner. So shout out to Tony Clark. My buddy just texted me. He's the women's head volleyball coach here at Durham College, and I know he's always tuned in, supporting all the other sports going on here at Durham College. So what's up, Tony? Good morning. Thanks, DK. Niagara crossed in. That's a great corner. And there it is. It's 4. There's Tori Halting again. So that was a great corner in. And the keeper and defender got a little mixed up. And Halting pounces. And it's 4. So one of the ladies just came over to the side here, Avery Trask, and gave her gloves back and says, it's too warm. And it is. It's starting to warm up a little. And certainly when you're up 4-0, the sting of that cold will go away. The feed has an echo to it, I'm being told, so. Check, check.
Jessica Ray comes in for jersey number 43, Ryla Kurtis.
Check, 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 check. So we're trying to deal through the audio issues right now. Corner in, another great ball. And then that skates out. Would be an Algonquin goal kick.
Nick, Jess, we gotta get those.
Schaffner.
Face up, face up. Jess, help out.
The keeper did her defender.
Let it go, Jess.
That goal kick. There we go, that's a little better.
You know how to do that? Use that key now?
On the Niagara defender, it's just too easy. I want to see Algonquin play a little tighter, right through, a little impatient over on the left side, and that's pushed through. Lambert. Deeper and help out your teammates. We got a substitution coming in. Rachel Luby, number 19 coming out. Valerie Andrew.
Substitution for Niagara Knights, jersey number 11, Rachel Ruby comes in for jersey number 19, Valerie Andrew.
Alright, so I should be more commentator.
call. You got the call. Let's go. Let's go. Megan, make a run. Make a run. Left of the penalty spot. Left of the penalty spot. Make a run. Wait. Beautiful ball. Oh, you got a good ball, McKenna. Rachel, next time be ready for that one. Drop, Rach, drop. Right there, Eve. Let's go. Man on, man on. McKenna, come on, kid.
Check 1, 2, check 1, 2.
Send it through. Good ball.
To it, hopefully. Our sound issues are getting sorted. 31 minutes in. Niagara comfortable with 4-0.
Send her back! Send her back! Send her back!
Rachel
Win it!
just came on as a substitution.
There we go, Lisa! Go,
Gave it away.
go, go!
Here's Lisa Hartle and tried to throw ball to Blades McHenry. And McKenna Jackson
Press!
comfortable.
The press! Step up, Michaela! Step up! Step up!
Ottawa's head coach, Basil Phillips, just
Keep going!
imploring his ladies to push up. Algonquin down this, Blades McHenry, and it's a wide open chance in the middle, and then dealt with. But it looks like the foul was called
Let's go!
on Blades McHenry a few seconds earlier. Try the different headset.
Rachel.
So we're trying a second headset here.
Substitution for Niagara Knights, jersey number 12, Taylor Hines comes in for jersey number 11, Rachel Ruby.
Jackson. And great flick. That's Megan Morgado.
Yes,
But no one on the other end of it. Check 1, 2. Maybe if you try the next one, might just be this one, give it a go. Check 1, 2. See if I can hear any better on this one. No, can't hear myself on that one either. Check, check, check. Check, check, check. My goodness. No, nothing. So Algonquin setting up for a free kick. Now, if you're, I can hear now, yeah, I can hear it coming through. Very, very bleak. So something's coming through. And Algonquin trying to get Blades McHenry in it. She has a crack at it. And that one, I can hear myself finally now. It's a bit of an echo, so I don't know if I want it up, but there we go. Yeah, that'll be okay, yeah. So hopefully that's okay. So we've been dealing with some technical issues here, so forgive me. I didn't forget about you out there, so my apologies to all the family and friends out there watching, having a struggle with that. But finally, Algonquin with a corner. I mean, if you're Algonquin right now, they should have every woman up in the box. You're down 4-0 in a one-and-done game. Get in there and off the knee, and then dealt with by Niagara. Crossed in by Hartle, and then Niagara clears away. So Algonquin showing some signs of life here. Good ball, good switch. Kayla De Silva has got Hartle out on the left wing. So mentioned off the top, Hartle. So thanks to whoever from Algonquin's official Twitter account messaged me, let me know. So they said Lisa played 3 games in goal earlier this season before pushing. Now she's playing down this left side. So that's pretty impressive. Like at the college level to go in and out both. I was mentioning, my son's a university goalie. He'd be useless if he came out of the net. So, and he'll be the first to tell you that. So that's impressive stuff from Lisa. So substitution. So Tori Halting, couple goals. She's gone to the bench. And then back in Rylan Greatrix. So she started the game, got a breather. So it looks like Niagara, the two ladies with the goals, Halting and Sika, now on the bench. Getting a breather. Why not? Let's get them to the half at least. And if Algonquin can creep back into it, you've got those bodies there fresh on the bench. So after much ado, a lot of wire switching and a button pressing, there's sound again. Part of me was, in a way, I was like, look, obviously I did a lot of work. I really wanted to do this play-by-play, but I thought, wow, because I had to book a day off work to get here, and I thought, well, maybe I can go get day trunk now. Alas, I'll be here working. So for those that aren't familiar, I'm a traffic reporter for 8 Ontario radio stations. Some of the bigger ones, I do TSN 1050, 97.7. For those in the Hamilton, St. Catharines area, Bounce 102.9, Move 105.7. Bloomberg 1150, a bunch of others. And so I'm the afternoon rush hour traffic reporter. And I also have a radio show on golf on Saga 960 AM every Tuesday night, 7 p.m. You can hear it Saturday at 5 p.m. or you can go find it on Spotify, iHeart. It's called This Week in Golf. So all Niagara in the opening minutes. We got just 5 minutes to half. We haven't had that much injury time. Won't be more than a minute or two injury time. Dana Schaffner, ball in her hands. So what I'd like to see, that's a great throw. but Hartle didn't want to go in. So if you're Algonquin, sometimes you got to go a little bit old school. If that traditional attack of trying to play the ball up the field isn't there, you got to go a little kick and chase. And when the keeper has it, let's everyone push up. Let's try and get a flick on and try and get Blades McHenry on a run, because for every time they've tried to work the ball up the pitch traditionally, Niagara's been there and had the answer. Usually 2 blue shirts to 1 white. So, a little kick and chase never killed anyone. Little ball down the right side. Trying to watch on camera. Crossed over in the middle, Wong, the captain, the good header, and then wildly kicked out Rylan Greatrix. Schaffner with a short goal kick. And Niagara comfortable. That's Desjardins. So Natasha Desjardins, when I was doing my game prep the other night doing notes, I'm like, I know that name because I did the play-by-play for the women's OCAA volleyball championship back in March, and I've done OCAA volleyball on and off over the past couple of years. And I'm like, why? And then I'm like, Natasha Desjardins, the women's OCAA volleyball player of the year, great left side hitter. And finally, Blades McHenry, and that's a tackle. How is that not a foul? And I'm with the Algonquin coach, Basil Phillips, saying ridiculous. She got to now, I don't think that was a penalty. It was just outside the box, but Blades McHenry tripped up. Now the ref coming over maybe to have a chat. And someone getting a yellow for saying that's ridiculous, the head coach. Well, that ref better throw a yellow up to me because that was ridiculous. Also, you know, it's a 4-0 game. Sometimes you got to play to the, hey, this might make it a little bit more interesting. So yeah, I've got a message here from Tony saying that's better. We got the sound good. So it looks like we're sorted. Thank goodness. Well, that was a good ball in, but knocked out of bounds. No, Algonquin. So every ball, Niagara, just the more likely. Alyssa Arcand right there, you can just see, you know, aggressive into it. You know, they want every ball, where I've seen some of the Algonquin ladies backing out of challenges, going in a little soft. It's like, hey, you got to leave it out there. With a good ball in. And here's Samara Sampson, stole and has a go, but no danger to the keeper at all. But again, just as I was saying, there's Sampson going in, a little bit more aggressive than the Algonquin defender, steals it from her. If you're a center back, you can't have that. Last minute of the half. Would you say 3 minutes of extra time? Was that what he's going with? All right. It's a bit much, other than Sika down for a minute. She was up quick and walked off. Two minutes of extra time. That's a bit more like it, yeah. I mean, it would do Algonquin a world of good to get one here before the half. And of course, the absolute nail in the coffin if Niagara can do the same. Samara Sampson. She's looking lively. So Niagara's bench pretty deep, apparently. Maciel to Jackson. and unlucky. She was going for ball. Jackson just kind of stumbled over it, but based on the ref's positioning, he's going to call that foul. Ref having a talk into Wong. You know, also, refs got to be aware, you know, this is a championship game, right? We're in do or die. Things are going to be a little bit more animated. You know, maybe the language a little bit more, you know, out of the norm because the passion's there, the adrenaline's there. So I think you also have to do that and kind of stay out of the way of the ladies and just let them play. Sampson looking for another one here for Niagara. Hartle down the left side just hoofs it up. And that's going to roll out for a Niagara throw-in. So we're in injury time here in the first half. All Niagara Knights. It's Arcand up 10. She's had a nice first half. They're doing a drop ball. Cunningham down the right side, but again, always a lady in blue there. Finally, Blades McHenry. Michaela Pearl loses possession, and now it's Niagara again. Samara Sampson all by herself, nobody with her. If she gets this, that'll be impressive. Dealt with, and that's the half. So all Niagara Knights, all sound problems here in the booth. Hopefully we've got it sorted for the remaining 3 games for the rest of the day. So we're going to take a couple minutes break. I'm not going to turn off any sound because we don't want to jinx it, so we'll just leave it on. So if you hear any chatter in the background, we'll be back in a few minutes. Thanks for joining us here from Durham College. I'm Chris McKee. Give us a few minutes. No, I took the broadcasting at Durham as well, not long ago, so I worked in music for over 20 years, and I went back to school in 2015, and graduated in 2017 from the broadcast. Who's the head? Who runs it again? Yeah, that's it. And his wife. Yeah. I can't remember. Anna. All right, we'll leave that there for a few minutes. How long do they have, does it say? I'm going to say 5 or 2.
started out coaching service and senior up in Niagara. I just went back watching and graduated college and just kept on going because it was so much fun. I just figured this is a good start and I get some years ahead and take it over and it'll do it. I always tell the kids, what you learn on the field should be able to take you to the You guys are turning on the highway of life. Once you stop playing the distance to the bigger of the year, things happen in life that you have to control. And that stops playing the first next week. What I love most about coaching baseball is the people. Had my players in heart.
he knows how to reach out to the girls and how to get them motivated during practice. I think his skills are better coaching classes are all respecting the coach and kind of enjoying people to play. Sometimes when we're looking down and stuff, I always try to everyone is a well-rounded coach and they always try to help us to the best of their ability.
We just really want to get back and say, hey, we're out of college, we're involved in a part of the
Just go out and work as hard as you possibly can, even if you think you don't know the start to that. Everyone works for what you get to. And if you want to be on the court, just show it and you get there.
was just asking DK, the black Durham College t-shirt he's got on, I like it. They gave me one when I was here in March doing the volleyball.
Yeah.
And I said, can you give me another? He said, "What happened?" I'm a rabbit eater. My son has a pet rabbit that when he went to university, I got stuck with it, and it chewed through all my t-shirts and stuff I got. We're good?
I'll need to cut the stream between games.
Are we still live? Cool. All right, we'll go back on. Check 1, 2. Are we muted? No, we're back on. All right. Well, welcome back. Start of the second half. OCAA Women's Soccer Championship weekend here in Oshawa, Ontario. All Niagara Knights in the first half. A couple goals from Sydney Sika, as well as Tori Haltink. If you're Algonquin, you got 45 minutes to leave it out there. Let's go. Sierra Nacarado, not much work to do in the Niagara net. I don't know if they've had a shot on goal yet. They were hovering around the box somewhere near the end of the first half, showing a little bit more signs of life, but Jordan Blades McHenry, a leading goal scorer in the OCAA, they just haven't been able to get her into the game so far. So got to find that way. For my money, maybe drop her back into the central midfield, get her more touches, she's got to get the ball at her feet instead of sitting up there. Waiting and not much happening. Alyssa Arcand. That's Anaya Perry. The two center backs for Niagara have been excellent. Perry and Jackson. Algonquin push through, Blades McHenry, and the keeper out. So I just mentioned Nacarado, not much to do, and when she did have something to do, she was alert and aware and came to clear it away. Well done, keeper. So Algonquin with a pulse right now at least, showing signs of life. Mentioned off the top, I don't know what was heard and what wasn't because the sound was coming in and out. So Niagara comes in number 3 in the OCAA West, 6-3-1 on the season. And Algonquin came in tied for second in the East, 7-2-1. Number 13 in the national poll coming in. And here we have Niagara running over them in the first half. You know, I think this is the toughest game because, you know, all season, when do these ladies play at 10 a.m.? Right, all their games are after school, evening, 7 o'clock, 6 o'clock, kickoff, 7 o'clock, whatever, on the weekends. So that 10 a.m., your whole rhythm's off. Obviously, you know, you're staying in hotels. These girls coming in from out of town here all weekend. And so it's a road game for both and an uncomfortable road game at 10 a.m. Comfortable again, Desjardins. Niagara on the attack. Desjardins, left foot across, great ball in, and a shot on goal, Hannah Kelly, no danger at all. Yeah, knocked away again, Hannah Kelly. I mean, if you're Niagara, you can do that all day, 4-0 lead. If you're Algonquin, it's important to stay positive amongst each other. It's a really quiet team right now. That's one thing I don't like. It's like, hey, let's go, keep talking. Stay in this. There's a lot of game left. Jackson on the attack. Center back's earned a run. She's in the box. Right through. Oh, and the ball was perfect. And Jessica Herrick just side-footed it too far wide. A glorious chance for, hey, what a run by Jackson. And Herrick couldn't finish. And then Jackson again back on defense. I mean, that's as great a build-up as you're going to get. And unfortunately, that's one tonight that Jessica's going to be like, I don't know how I missed that. They can linger with you sometimes. But the good news for them, it's looking like they're going to have another opportunity to keep playing this weekend. Well, they're all going to keep playing just in the gold games. Actually, no, the only 4 get through, right? And then, so 4 teams will go home. And then Sunday they'll play because there's the bronze game. Forgive me. Niagara down the right side. Lambert up for Blades McHenry, but there's no one else there in white running with her. There's too much separation. Jordan's got to come back and play deeper, because what happens when she does get the ball, she's up there by herself, nobody with her, and 2 or 3 Niagara defenders swallow her, or just McKenna Jackson on her own. She's been all over her. Oh, Sydney Sika, a couple goals in the first half, went off injured. Former OCAA Player of the Year, so I don't have any injury update on her. So Algonquin with a corner. I don't know why they have 2 back. Get up. You're down 4-0. I mean, you'd be even. Why not even get the keeper up at this point? You got to get 1. Great cross in. And Blades McHenry gets a head on her, ball bouncing around. Algonquin had a crack on it, but now Niagara on the counter. Great hustle from Sampson. And she pushed the ball out. She did great to get that ball. And then her first touch let her down. A little smile on her face. I think she knows. Algonquin right in front of us. It's Avery Cameron threw that in, number 3. Cameron again down the right side. And Cameron just clears it in the middle. Aaron Cunningham. And just no composure on the left back. De Silva, she had plenty of white shirts around her and just booted it away. Decent ball in, and that one's going to run out of bounds. It should be a throw in, it looks like. And so if you're Algonquin, pin them in. They got to take risks. Push a little more, especially it's so important to get 1 here in the first, 10, 12 minutes of this second half if they're gonna, make any run at this. Because the thing is, they look capable. That's the thing. It's not like, oh, they don't have the players. They absolutely do. They just got to be a little bit more adventurous, maybe. Lisa Hartle showing the hustle. A bit more like it from Algonquin. Hartle down the left side, number 15. Good throw in. Blades McHenry. And here's a chance for Algonquin, and just missed over top of the net. Ava Quinville, oh, that was the chance for Algonquin right there. She had the ball on the 6-yard line and put it over top of the net. Talked about that composure in the first half from those Niagara strikers. Unlucky for Algonquin. That was big. So encouraging for Algonquin, though. Wong lost it in the middle. Arcand dancing around. Hartle, good ball in to Blades McHenry. To Wong, couldn't deal with it. And yeah, why not? If you're Niagara, just get it up. Get rid of the pressure. Wong. Harik switches the ball. And Niagara looking dangerous here. Great through ball. Arcand, can she cross? Gets it over. But the keeper dealt with it. So a good run by Niagara. Booted long over Blades McHenry. And Jackson heads it forward. Don't pick it up, keeper, yeah. Drain the time, force them to come make you pick it up. 10 minutes gone in the second half. 4-0. Niagara, I'm Chris McKee doing the play-by-play. Thanks for joining us here on the campus of Durham College and Ontario Tech in Oshawa. If you are out there listening, keep me updated. At Mr. McKee is my Twitter. Let me know how the sound is. Thanks. Thanks to those who messaged in the first half. Let us know that, because I could have been talking to air for 90 minutes. So we at least got that sorted. Obviously, apologies to all the friends and family and players at Algonquin. Good ball in. Jackson headed away. Jackson. Knocked out of bounds. Whose ball is it? Blue ball. Substitution. Number 11 coming in. Rachel Luby back into the game. 12 out. Taylor Hines. Rachel had a run in the first half as well. It's a long throw in. That's impressive. And Sampson almost stole it from Lambert. Given right back to Niagara. Great through ball. And the keeper, well done to come out and get that. You want the shout to be a bit more emphatic from the keeper, though, on that. Booted back in. And I would have liked to seen the keeper keep that in, because this is having a challenge getting the goal kicks up. Another substitution. So Tori Holtink back into the game. Couple goals in the first half. Samara Sampson back to the bench. She had a good run. So by putting Holtink out there, you know, Niagara's coach saying, you know what, Algonquin hasn't been a little bit too dangerous here in the opening 10 minutes. Let's get our big strikers back out there, try and give us that one more insurance goal. Now keep in mind, and that's a great, she's way offside, yeah. Keep in mind, I'm a Liverpool fan. I always have hope. Back in the 2005 Champions League final, we were down 3-0 at the half to AC Milan. Came out, tied it, and then won it in overtime. So it is never over. As a Liverpool supporter, I'm always reminded of that. Just the composure of the Niagara ladies for the most part on the ball. Been above what Algonquin's has today. Jackson all day. And then just as I say that, she gets dispossessed by Hartle, crossed it in. But then her defensive partner, Anaya Perry, transfer from Humber. See Humber, number 5 team in the country right now. Seneca, number 2, they'll be coming up in the next few games. Certainly the favorites here this weekend in Oshawa. But from what I've seen from Niagara, they're going to have a say in it. You got strikers like Holtink and Sika. That's the difference in any league and any level of soccer is who's your striker and who's your goalie. Everything else in between is kind of, it can all be hidden or sort of, patched up by having a great striker and a really good goalie. If you have those two things, everything else kind of, you work on it, it'll come together. Perry, impressive all day. Pushed ahead, Blaze McHenry. Here's your chance if you're Algonquin. She's got Jackson on her, and McKenna Jackson, money. Just an authority back there in the middle. Wong, pushed out to the right wing. Quinville. Yeah, it'll be a throw-in. Avery Cameron again picks it up for Algonquin down the right side. Want to see more white jerseys come show for that. And she just throws it to a blue jersey because no one in white's coming to show. Switch that ball up, no, right back in the middle. You had the left side wide open. Lambert up the middle trying to find Blaze McHenry. And Niagara again just up the pitch. Just past the 61-minute mark. Looks like Algonquin going to make some substitutions, or a substitution. Who's coming in? 5 coming in. Kayla Da Silva. Oh, so that's 9, excuse me. Sarah Ouellette. And Da Silva coming out. So Ouellette from Ottawa, 3rd-year player in the P in high school. Mention off the top, Algonquin's program dormant for 2 years. Even though last year they did have OCAA soccer, Algonquin didn't. A little bit glad to be back to some normalcy this year. Even in the OUA last year they switched it up. Shortened schedule. Instead of the 2 divisions, they had 3 divisions. One of the cool things, though, my son's team got to play against U of T down at Varsity Stadium. I know as a kid he always wanted an opportunity to play that because U of T is, what's my son, in the OUA West and U of T's in the East, but they put them in the Central last year. So that one time in 4 or 5 year university career, he did get to go to U of T, so that was the only positive of the schedule shift last year. That was cool. It's that skyline down there, beautiful. Hey, I love me some Oshawa. I'm a Durham College grad twice. Here's Holting again. But I don't know if the Oshawa skyline matches with that downtown Toronto one. Good cross in. Flicked away by Algonquin. Wong. Down the right side. And she nutmegged her. It was Quinville. Got the nutmeg, but no one there to help her. I'm not sure what the issue is. Oh, we have, it looks like, it's not Wong, one of the Algonquin defenders way behind the play, limping. I didn't see what happened because it was well behind what was going on. Looks like something to do with her left leg, and her teammates trying to help her off. Trainer just out in the field to help. So yeah, they're gonna push her out the back of the field instead of having her walk the whole way. We got a corner here, a throw-in down the other end. And I can't see the number. They've got her arms around the back. We got a corner, yeah? So corner, I can't see down that far right, just from where I am in the media booth. Algonquin urgently pressing to get one. Cameron trying to whip it in. Oh, they're waiting for one of the other players that was helping her teammate off the field to get back into the play. So if you're Algonquin, get up, everyone. What are you defending? You're down 4-0. More bodies in that box. They got two ladies back defending. I don't know why, because Niagara has everyone in the box. Great cross in. And Lambert couldn't get the head on it. Sierra Nacarado just slowing things down. Let that clock tick away. So here's the Algonquin player in front of us. Although it looks like Lisa Hardle, that's who it is. And she looks in pain, tears. That's not a scene I wanted to see today. Back to the keeper and booted up. Not a roll out for a Niagara throw-in. So that's Lisa Hardle, the injured Algonquin player. Based on her reaction, I think her morning will be done. So at least the weather decent. When we did the men's CCAA national championship here in November 2019, snow on the ground, the entire background you're seeing with that home of the Ridgeback and home of the Lords, Vaso Fields, that was all covered in snow for the most part, at least a good couple feet up. It is a little chilly in the booth, but certainly nowhere near as nasty as it was that weekend back there. So the ladies catching a break, especially this late. Weather this decent, it's been great. Knock down the wing, Quinville down the right side, and then Perry over to Deal. And Perry, well done. And now Niagara again, Holtink. So Tori's sister, Taryn, former OCAA All-Star, she was the leading scorer in Niagara program history until this year overtaken. This according to her head coach. Sat with him before the game. Good battle down the right side. And that's going to be Algonquin ball. 68 minutes gone. It's looking more and more unlikely for Algonquin and looking all roses for Niagara right now. Oh, clever move. Arcan into Holtink. She's onside. Crossed over. Dangerous ball. Goes right through the box. No one on the end of it. So happy to be back doing some soccer. It's been a while. I was going to do some League One Ontario games this summer. I'll tell you this story on air. So I got asked to do the play-by-play for Electric City FC, which is the new team up in Peterborough, and they're trying to be a CPL franchise. Like, they've got some money into what they're doing. They're playing, was it Oakville TFC, I think, and I go up and I do notes. I spend 6 hours during the week making notes on every player. I do 10 minutes of the broadcast, and they go, "We can't hear you." It turns out none of the mics worked, and by that point it was like 3-1, and they couldn't get the mics working, so I just went home. And so that was my League One experience, which my son made his League One debut this year. So hey, love the league, love what they're doing, but gotta tighten up the broadcast. If you want your league and brand out there pushed, maybe have a working microphone, especially for your feature franchise, Electric City FC. Packed house, 1,500 people at the game, sold out, and no commentator. Well, it did happen today, yeah. So that's why I was a little prepared for that today. Quinville, just Blades McHenry, not gotten going all morning. And a good run down the right side. Greatrix. Rylan looking for Torrey. Holting steals it. Have a crack. And, tipped off the line. The keeper made a mess of it, but ended up just pushing that off the line. Cameron. Quinville there. There's a Perry with the ball and just runs it out of bounds. I never understood that. These ladies have played soccer their whole life. They know what that white line means. And trust me, I did. My son's teammates do this and I'm like, you know where the line is. You just ran the ball out. It's not like American football where somebody pushes you out. Good turn by Quinville. Algonquin trying to muster something here. Ball bouncing around between white and blue jerseys. Algonquin going backwards. It's De Silva down the left side. Pushed in. Blades McHenry, and then two blue jerseys swallow her up. And Jackson runs out of it. So one of the things I also, when you're trailing 4-0, that's also a time when you want to get a little bit more physical. Perry just pushes that away. Someone take a yellow. Let's change the temperature of this game. Let's get a little bit more aggressive. Take challenges, take risks, dive into tackles a little harder. And we haven't seen that from Algonquin yet. Michaela Pearl. And then just cleared away. Mentioned Natasha Desjardins out there for Niagara. I'll tell you, one of the best games I ever called in sports. I've called about 400 games between pro basketball, volleyball, soccer, everything. And I was doing the women's OCAA volleyball championships in, I'm going to say 2018. Centennial was hosting it. The Niagara Knights were down to Fanshawe 2-0. They had like 3 or 4 match points against them, and they came back all the way and won 3-2. And it was just one of the best things I've ever seen. So anytime I see Niagara, I associate that with fight. These guys got that it, and so it's Megan Morgado back into the game for Niagara, number 4. And so, and Natasha Desjardins, a part of that Niagara team that came all the way back. Another substitution. We're going to see number 7, Emma Kalalev, coming in for the first time. Emma, first-year player from Fonthill, E.L. Crossley High School. I know where that is. I moved to North Bay briefly last year. I got hired by Post Media, and I was covering the OCAA, the Boys High School Volleyball Championships up in North Bay, and E.L. Crossley was there. Halting, causing problems again. Niagara looking for number 5. Crossed in. Was partly crossed, partly shot, but either way, misses. So 7 coming in. And 5 out, so Hannah Kelly will be substituted out for Emma Kalalev. I mean, if you're Niagara, empty the bench, get some of these other ladies a run that maybe might not get the minutes moving ahead in some of these other games. 15 minutes to go for Niagara to advance. So a good start to the day, other than our sound issues, but as far as the action on the field, we also got some Tim Hortons. We got plenty of sugar here to keep me alive for the next 3 games. Offside. What do we got for lunch?
I'm not sure what the lunch is, but I know dinner is a pasta, some sort of pasta dish.
Okay.
Or maybe lunch is the pasta. We'll find out.
Niagara just let that clock tick away. Every ball out of bounds, slow down. Every goal kick, slow it down. Let's get out of here. You've got that W in your pocket. The Knights pressing again, knocked out. They're going to have a corner. Victoria Maciel, the defender over there, going to cross it in. Good cross in, dangerous, but knocked away. Aaron Cunningham. Remember, for years they used to have a beautiful grass field. They only built this turf probably in, 2016 or so? Somewhere around there. I miss that old, beautiful grass field. I mean, I understand just for maintenance, they got to go with the turf. Everyone's doing it, but I love a good grass field. Nacarado, again, letting the seconds tick away. Sierra from Milton, Ontario, third-year player. I do like that pink goalie uniform. It's a good look. And then Niagara just up the field. And again, Natasha Desjardins there to defend. Good flick ahead, no one on the other end of it though. Jackson messing around a little bit too much, and that's got to be a foul. Blades McHenry in the box. Algonquin, here's the chance. Hit, and what a save, Nacarado. Another crack at it for Algonquin, and then Niagara gets rid of it. So Sierra Nacarado, that's really the only time she's been tested today and up to the task. Great save. I thought for sure that was going in. Well placed in that bottom corner. And off the face of one of the Algonquin ladies. Kicked around, that's going to be a goal kick. So if Sierra slow it down. Thanks for joining us here on the OCAA stream. More action to come, 3 more games left.
Back there. Come on. Push it and go. Push it and go.
So coming up next, the 12:30 game, Humber versus Cambrian. 3 o'clock will be Durham versus Mohawk, and 5:30, Seneca versus Centennial. Niagara just get it away from danger. Ball down the right side, looks like Algonquin ball. And again, not a lot of white jerseys coming to show for it. Perry just trying to boot it up, and then finally cleared away. Holtink. Tori by herself, nobody with her. Does a great job of just holding that up and waiting for the reinforcements. Luby messing about with it a bit. Finally leaves it for a defender and just cleared up. So Holtink, she's got the defender. And just cleared away. So Tori, a first-year player from Fenwick, Ontario, Smithfield Christian High School. And Niagara, there was no need for that. You had all day. Entering the 82nd minute of the match, all Niagara Knights 4-0. Algonquin had that sitter in the opening, 12 minutes or so of this half that could have changed it, and then the ball was just tipped over the bar. A couple more substitutions. So 11 coming in for Algonquin. That's Caitlin Pavone. And Kayla De Silva just went out the far side of the pitch, try and save a bit of time. So Pavone, first-year player from Ottawa, Mother Teresa High School. And ball rolled out for a goal kick.
Come on. Stop.
Good battle in the middle. And should be Niagara ball. It's Jessica Herrick pressuring her defender, so Niagara no let up. Still in it, they can smell the win. And ball rolls out of bounds. Switch the ball, well done. And then just get it up. And Cameron making a meal of it down there. Ball was kind of tangled in between her feet, but got a lucky bounce off the Niagara player. Wong back. Cameron's got to switch it. She does. That left side wide open. Couldn't be dealt with. Michaela Pearl unlucky. And here you go. So great ball ahead. Just skates by Blades McHenry. Unlucky. Good feed in. Bit more like it from Algonquin. And Nakarado slowing things down. We have another injury on the floor. Looks like Jessica Herrick. And we're going to have 12 coming in. That's Taylor Hines. Taylor out of Oakville, Ontario. White Oaks Secondary. Oakville, one of the nicer parts of Southern Ontario. God, what's the housing costs out there like now? Even Oshawa booming, especially the north part of Oshawa. You know, I'll age myself. I first came to this campus back in the late 90s, like 96, 97. And back then, Durham College was a glorified high school. It was, you know, basically just the one small building. And then when I came back to college in 2015 to 17 for broadcasting, I mean, just the amount of growth in this part of area based on the college and the university has been incredible. Wong switches it for Cameron. It actually looks like a real university and college now. It's great. I'm a proud Durham, two-time Durham College alum. Holtink on a breakaway. She's got someone with her, cuts it to her right foot, have a crack, and it's 5. The composure of Tori Holtink, unbelievable. Defender on her, no problem. Cuts it back, and then really nicely hit. Bottom left corner, her right. That's the hat trick, yeah. So 3 for Tori. She gets the game ball. Well, they do that in the Premier League. I don't know, but in the OCAA. See, ceremoniously, we'll get the game ball. What a performance. She's been outstanding all day. And keep in mind, missed a good chunk of the game after, you know, scored a couple goals in the first half, and then they let her rest and then brought her in once Algonquin was getting a little dangerous. And that's the nail in the coffin. Niagara will advance in the OCAA playoffs here. Algonquin on the hunt. Blaze McHenry and Perry. They've just been all between Perry and McKenna Jackson. Blades McHenry has had nowhere to go, no space, no room. Just a dominant performance by those two defenders. They've swallowed up 10 completely. So I like this Niagara team moving forward. Look, hey, I know Seneca 10-0. Humber's coming in, you know, top 5 in the country. But this Niagara team is going to be dangerous. Outstanding defenders, a heck of a goalie, and 2 top-class strikers. That's a pretty good formula. And a deep bench. You know, some of the ladies they've brought in. Samara Sampson was excellent off the bench. Great pace. She was causing all sorts of problems, and so they've got the depth. Now, especially this weekend, you're playing, if you're going to win a gold medal or get to the gold medal game, you're playing 3 games in 4 days. That's not easy. So you must have a bench if you're going to win here. There's a foul. Aaron Cunningham, a hard tackle on Holtink. It's Natasha Desjardins. With her right foot chips in. Good ball, dangerous. Oh, and that's a high foot. the Niagara player put her foot up. You know, I don't think there's nothing malicious in that, just a reaction, and then the Algonquin defender got her head in there. Everyone okay, though. 2 minutes to go. Shouldn't be much injury time. I mean, if you're the ref, maybe just pull the plug when needed. We had that. I mentioned my son's team got whooped by Waterloo last week. It's 7-1, and the ref's allowing like 6 minutes of injury time. We're like, look, we all know this is done and dusted. Blow the damn whistle. And he even said after, oh, sorry, I let that run too long. It's like, yeah, we know. Sometimes you got to take the horse out behind the barn, right? I promised myself I wouldn't criticize. I wouldn't use this platform to criticize the OUA officials. The OCAA officials have been outstanding today, but no, in all honesty, though, there's a legitimate shortages in referees. I've seen Ontario Soccer talking about this. When I was doing the broadcast for League One, I had to have some meetings with them before, and they talked about that. They said, no, all the leagues, and then there you go. Finally, the ref does it, blows the whistle early. Done and dusted, Niagara Knights, 5-0. In an absolutely dominant performance over Algonquin. Tori Holting, a hat trick. Sierra Nacarado, the clean sheet. I mean, just an outstanding performance from Niagara, back to front. Everyone outstanding today. So tip of the cap to Niagara. We'll see you on Saturday. We don't know who they're going to play yet. So stick around. I'm Chris McKee. Thanks for joining me. Next game coming up in about 40 minutes at 12:30. We're going to mute the broadcast for a bit, and we'll be back in a bit. Thanks.